could I talk to you about? I'm not going to talk to you about math, but I can talk to you about vocabulary. And I think about the number of years that I spent teaching vocabulary, and I wish I had that back to focus more on academic vocabulary, which is what you are all working on in your math classrooms. So Marzano did some research and he came up with a 6-step plan that would help increase that academic vocabulary. It's so crucial to our kids, especially our ones who are academically disadvantaged. What he discovered was that the kids at the 50th percentile who had instruction in vocabulary moved up to the 83rd percentile. Makes a big difference in their ability to comprehend the subject that you're teaching. So how do you do it? First, you pre-test. You can do multiple choice tests or matching tests. Better would be open-ended things. Letting kids say what they think something means, and then going to the knowledge rating scale. And here's an example of a knowledge rating scale. When you let kids tell you on their own whether they know it or not, it really validates their thinking. It validates them as a learner. It motivates them because they're going to try to improve on this as they go along. The first job of the teacher is to give them some initial understanding. You describe and explain. Do it thoroughly through any of these or all of these. Here's an example on function. A relationship between two things, and notice that the teacher here gives it very personal attention. Isn't it generally true that you have grown in height over the years? Your weight has also gone up. So kids can see this very clearly, provide visuals and demos. When I think of some of the ways that I try to shortcut things with kids and give them an easy word that matches a word that I was trying to teach, it would be like trying to teach a parrot by giving them a black and white picture of it. Next, you want to give kids the chance to put it in their own words. They have to paraphrase it themselves. And for your ELL, you may want to let them use that first language to put their definition in. Here's an example from a vocab notebook. It adds in the kid's own way of explaining how to say that word. There's the understanding over there in the far corner, and it's the kid's own language of how the word would be said. For kids who are a little afraid of drawing, one of my favorite resources is Ed Emberley's Make a World, and it shows you how to draw things. I make little packets of drawing things and keep them in my classroom for kids to draw. Let them work in partners, let them look up things. Here's an example of a kid who has now added a drawing. Actually, I use clip art, but the idea of function is there. There's a little space at the end that we're going to use later on as we go along. So they're adding these words just a few at a time, 3 to 5 a week, adding those words in. Now we get to engagement. This is where the kids are using it, not just you using it. So there's all kinds of things they can do. Let them make flashcards, use flashcards, do word sorts, do Venn diagrams. We're talking 3 to 5 minutes in a class period once or twice a week. Once they have done that, you're ready to go into discussion. Now you're talking student-to-student use of these words, okay? So let them do a time pair share where they're actually using that word. Let them share the vocabulary notebook things that they have. Let them do little books and talk about those. Let them do some other of those cooperative learning activities. And finally, play with those words. Make it happy. Let them try all these different kinds of things. And a lot of these you can get, like Jeopardy and Pyramid and Millionaire. They're all available for free online. If you Google them, you'll come find how to make those things up. Track student progress. Let them keep track of what they've done. Add to their notebook pages. Let them keep a progress chart themselves of what words now they know, because success motivates success. So here's a kid who now understands another side of function and has the drawing added to his notebook and has changed his understanding from a level 2 to a level 3. When kids understand the words, you've given them a pathway to success. The more they really know all the sides to those words, the more they understand what's going on in the world. Here's tracking through that, taking that knowledge rating scale, and now moving them along as they continue to add to it in time. So celebrate their success, because once kids understand the full meanings of the words, they get the joke. Because a lot of times kids don't get the joke because they don't get the meaning of the words.